Greetings everyone, this is MisterGarrot bringing you another Command & Conquer Red Alert video. And today I got a special guest with me, it's ZacktheReaper. Do you want to say hello?
Hi everyone, Zack here.
So we are, this is the second part. The first part you have to go to ZacktheReaper's YouTube channel to check out. And this will be the second part, and let's just start the game. We are playing on the map Pipes Iced Tea. It's a pretty new map for me. It's been in the game for a long time. I'm not sure, have you played it before, Zack?
Not that I remember. It doesn't mean I haven't played it, but it could have been like 4 years ago. I don't know, but not to my memory. I've never played this.
It's a strange map. It's a little bit. I wonder if it's harder to start on the top here because you have this narrow entrance here and you have the narrow entrance here. Hide here. So that's.
I think, yeah, what I'd say is it was harder at the top because I think you have a bit less ore at the top compared to the bottom.
Yeah, that's what I'm also thinking. You can see there's a lot of ore spots all the way up here. And we forgot to say this is a 3 versus 3, so it's me, Zack, and Goona. And we are playing against Impact Radius, EC, S123, and Brando. And Brando, no, it is EC, I mean, he actually has a little bit GAMS. I wonder if he is the only one on the whole map that actually has GAMS. So if you're going to play this map, you should always play it 2 times, so you can switch sides.
Oh yeah, gems obviously, yeah, it's a massive impact. It's worth twice as much, so it completely changes the stat.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much it actually was. I think it was just filled up here. It's not too much, but it gives him a small boost. Meanwhile, we are. You can see that Brando is actually pushing in with a little bit infantry here.
Yeah, Brando always loves his infantry, especially with Soviets. He always uses his grenadiers. And I've got my tank out, so just in time.
That's nice. See, they are still pushing it here because EC is also coming in with the infantry. And let's see what's going on over here. I think I have to hide this a little bit. Here they're just holding. It's so narrow here, so I think a couple of tanks down here and perhaps a Tesla, and he will be set. It's really hard to break through there. So, but also here it's not easy to break through here.
Oh no, definitely. It's like one of those bottleneck maps where if you just put some like troops at one side, then it's very hard for the enemy to break through because of the pathing.
And what a game like this will then force you to do is start different tactics, because you know if you're closed up here and closed up in a different corner here, you have to start doing different tactics. You can't just rush the base anymore, and you have to think a little bit outside the box if possible. Here you can see we have a small fight.
Yeah, well, what I was focusing on, I think here, was just keeping my tanks at the other side, so you had to come to me.
Yeah.
Rather than the other way around.
It is a great spot, actually, if you think about it. If we put the tanks a little bit here in front, and then we have...
Yeah, you can see I messed up a little bit there, because some of my tanks were going round right at the bottom, and that's just the thing about the pathing. And Easy there, that's a lot of light tanks he's got.
Yeah. Yes, a lot of light tanks actually. They are all there now. There's nothing here. It's almost. There's actually Goona. He's actually managed to get in on that side with his tanks. There's a lot of tanks.
Yeah, I did notice he did do. Yeah, he does. He's done quite a good job of attacking and putting some pressure on other sides when it's there's nothing there.
This looks it's a very interesting map. I think you can start here, like you here did, but I think it's also a starting position here, where EC is standing. So you have options, if I'm not mistaken. Or is it just a 3 versus 3 map?
I think there was another couple of starting positions that were both on the bottom side, though.
Oh yeah, that might be actually, yeah.
Yeah, I think there were 5 starting positions on the bottom of the map and 3 starting positions on the top.
Oh yeah, that's correct. Yeah. You have probably one starting spot here. And one's starting position here, yeah.
Yeah, that'll be it.
Yeah, it's a quite interesting map. It has this. You even have a little bit of water, so you could do some crazy tactics. Why didn't we think about that, huh?
Well, what I was thinking, the thing is, we only had Soviets. I think what would have been very strong. I think I think Soviets for me was quite a good choice because I was like at the front.
Yeah.
So what you can see is I've expanded there, and I was thinking, okay, I need to get smart position of Tesla, and it's going to be very hard for them to break through.
Yeah.
But if we had an allied player as well, an allied player could accompany the Tesla that I've got placed there with boats.
That would actually be quite good when you think about it. And you also have the option, like you have the. Okay, we can look at this battle first. You can see that it's. You actually do manage to take out quite many of the Brando's tanks here. That is quite good, though. You are taking out all the tanks here. I'm trying to take out the tanks the easy here.
Yeah, he just has so many easy with those light tanks, and they move quite fast, so it sometimes gets quite.
Yeah, but I'm guessing quite many of those light tanks came out of this boost of gems he had in the start. For example.
Yeah. The thing about the light tanks, though, is if he tries to go on the attack, because there's Tesla behind there, they just absolutely. You can see I've got 2 Tesla down now, and you can see how quickly those light tanks get taken out.
It's brutal damage. You're just taking them out. You have and just a couple of tanks here, and it doesn't have a chance to get in there. But I actually didn't see. Did you go in the base here and do some damage? No, perhaps. It looks like
I think I tried to get in a bit, but I think I just got a bit overwhelmed because Orange Kit was there as well.
Here you see Goona is trying to push in as well. So I wonder if it's possible, if you're really fast, to manage to get down here in this area and get a foothold here. But that's going to be really hard because it's so close to this person here, though.
Yeah, I think what probably. I'm just having a wonder. I'm wondering. Like, there is ways you could do it. I guess but it'd be someone like Pink needing to get an MCV down.
Yeah. And it's not going to be easy.
Oh no, it'd be really hard actually, because if you build an MCV, then you've spent resources on the MCV and not tanks, so you're going to be lower on tanks, and this is where I got caught out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw it, but I saw it a little bit too late that he was actually coming into the base doing a little bit damage here, and that is a setback.
I was in a way I was quite lucky because he's trying to go for my power plants because he's thinking, oh, I've got Tesla.
Yeah.
But I had quite an abundance of power.
But you hadn't built a service depot at this point, so you can build anything more after this.
Oh no, yeah, I hadn't got a service depot yet, so I was. I still obviously had my main buildings. That's just anything I lost from this point on, I wouldn't be able to replace.
Yeah.
It wasn't too bad though, because I wasn't planning on like building anything in particular.
No, it's like we are settled up here, so as long as you can produce tanks, and you can see the ore, like I have emptied all my ore here, we'll have this ore spot left, and then we have this here. Meanwhile, you can see that they have a lot of ore left, and Brando is doing Brando stuff.
Yeah, yeah, with his multi-MCVs, and I've noticed Brando loves to get like an absolute, well, you can just see how many ore trucks he has.
Yeah, I understand why he's doing it, because it's you can see how many tanks he has.
Oh yes, if you left, I notice like when I play games against Brando, if you leave him too long, he'll just get this crazy amount of ore trucks, but then his tanks just start. He just gets like about 4 war factories.
Yeah.
And yeah, just pumps tanks out at a crazy rate.
Yeah, you can never leave Brando alone. You always have to keep an eye on him. He is. I mean, you can say it's easier to take him out earlier than later. He always becomes a quite hard player to beat in a later game.
Well, he's very because it's very hard because he goes on that early attack with the infantry to sort of like put people on the back foot, and sort of uses that time he gains while people are recovering to try and build up his economy.
I was just about to say that here is actually the attack from Goona.
Yeah, he's doing really well actually, because I didn't actually notice this as much, but you can just see as Brando comes in with all those tanks.
Oh, will he take out the construction yard? Oh, he actually did manage to take. Yeah, he actually still has associate that way.
So yeah, he will be able to replace that.
But meanwhile, I have gotten a small airdrop of infantry, and I took out construction yard to
Oh,
to
nice.
easy here, and I think it was here was a power plant, and I wonder if I took out. It's my second war factory I'm taking out now.
Yeah, well, I remember actually like yeah seeing that happen. I didn't see your troopers in there. I thought it was
Yeah.
like a Tanya or something they must have got in, but
I guess we can just go back a second. Yeah.
yeah.
So I'm starting here with my areas of infantries and starting my air attacks. It's going a little bit slowly because ideal it would be 6 airplanes or 7, but the ore is so slow right now.
Yeah, it's well you can see just by the figures on our
Yeah, you can see that our opponents are doing quite well. It's only easy that it doesn't have so much, but that's because that's the downfall, the negative side with Brando having so many ore trucks.
Yeah, well, you can also see the easy where he's situated as well. His ore trucks having to travel a long distance to get to the ore patches.
Yeah, you have to go. Yeah, he has a couple of ore trucks here. Yeah.
Whereas Brando and Impact, they're like right next to the ore. And yeah, you can just see Brando has an absolute crazy number at the moment.
Yeah, he is cleaning up. That's the. He's gonna be really hard to take down if he continues like this. And here you can see they are pushing in a little bit again.
Yeah, this is where I sort of split my forces, I think. So yeah, I took quite a few over. Because yeah, obviously you need to guard the bottlenecks on this map, otherwise you're going to be in big trouble.
Yeah. The thing here, you actually don't need so much either. You just need your tanks here. The ideal thing would be for Goona to build down here and get the 1 or 2 Teslas, and I think he has it. I think it's really hard to break it with 2 Teslas and some tanks there.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's why at the other side it's like a really hard defense. You can see that Brando's got he's got loads of tanks at that other side.
Yeah.
But he's not trying to push through because he knows if he pushes through, we've got tanks there and we've also got Tesla with that.
Meanwhile, I have another drop of infantry on the base to the Brando here. Even though it doesn't matter so much on him, he already has a lot of construction yards, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think he would at this stage.
Or actually, he doesn't have. But,
doesn't he?
But he has the service depot, so.
Yeah, so he can. That surprises me actually, because you always. I think on a lot of maps you like just see him popping up bases up like everywhere. I guess this map's a little bit different though because it's our side and their side.
I do wonder if one extra construction yard would have been very beneficial, but it doesn't look like he needs it though. As long as oh, there he comes out actually, but that's probably just because I took him out though.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm using my plane a lot, at least. I'm trying to use them as much as I can to do some kind of damage, and my plan is actually to try to take out the buildings to easy at some point. Because he doesn't have so much buildings, but he does have a lot of tanks. Here I go again. I think I'm trying to take out...
Oh, now you can see that...
yeah, here he comes out, yeah.
He's getting his multi-MCVs. He's got 3, and he's building SAM sites as well, which is kind of annoying.
Yeah.
And you can see, actually, I've just having a look at his ore, he's got like 11,000 in the bank at the moment. So he's got plenty to spend.
Yeah, he's in a very good position here. I just keep on flying in. Now I'm starting to... Yeah, you also have... those are also Brandos, are they not? Yeah, they are Brandos, of course, because he couldn't be... He's not able to build.
Yeah, and I've noticed that Easy's... I think has he switched to medium tanks? Yeah, much better option, especially if you've got like Tesla on the field and heavy tanks. That just... Oh, and this is Brando's ore trucks trying to get in there.
But meanwhile, now it's a standstill here, so I have a question for you, Zack. Because I was thinking, what do you think about hosting tournaments? Is that something you think the community would be interested in?
Yeah, definitely. I do think there's obviously a big interest in some of those things. I think there's like, I remember that Scarwin, I think, did tournaments in the past, and they were like well watched.
Yeah.
Obviously, there was a lot people even on my channel asked me if I was competing in them, but I was a bit late to it. Actually, I didn't realize until the deadline had passed. But I do think people would definitely be interested.
Yeah, because I'm looking into how it is to like post a tournament 2 versus 2 mainly. 1 versus 1 I don't think necessarily will be so necessary because you already have the quick match ladder.
Yeah.
But a 2 versus 2 tournament could perhaps give something extra. And there is different ways of doing it. You could have the pro version where they just select who they're gonna fight with, like teammate. You have those good players teaming up with each other, or you have this more selected way, like you have a pool and B pool, where you randomly choose one from the A pool and B pool together.
Yeah, I think there's been two. I think there's been 2 sets of team matches at tournaments in the past. I think there was one that was supported by EA when it first came out. And I think what they did then is they had set teams, so you sort of like had people made their own, like formed their own teams, and they played with that team all the way through. And then the other one was where it was 2v2 matches, but you got selected with random people, and you got points for wins and stuff like that. And then if you got through, I think in the finals they had 4 players, but they did it so like everyone played everyone, and also teamed with everyone.
That's more like a group thing with points then. They just advance those higher up. It's like a
so you had the first stages were like just I think it was a group. It started with like maybe group stages. And that was like it was a bit based on luck, I would say, because some people just got. Because in those group first stages, I think it was just random who you were teamed with. But then once you got to the final, everyone in the 4 players in the final were just going to be all playing each other.
Yeah.
And it took place over, I think it was 6 matches.
It sounds interesting.
So the pairings, I think each pairing took place twice.
But I will be looking into it because I think that could be quite interesting. And for me, in the future here, first I need to reach 1,000 subscribers. And when I start to earn some money on YouTube, I want to give back to community. So when I'm hosting tournaments, I want to use a lot of those YouTube money, like prize pool in tournaments, if possible. That's my main goal, because I don't need the money from YouTube itself. So if I could give back to community by paying out winners, that would be awesome. But I mean, it's a little bit tricky though, how I'm gonna do it and stuff like this. But I need to know if the community is interested in this and if it's even possible to host and how we're gonna host it.
There's obviously a lot of stuff to look at, and I know people sometimes do money raises, I think, on Twitch.
Oh yeah, that's probably a great place to do it. Yeah.
Where they get they have subscriptions and they pay for they put money from subscriptions towards tournaments. I think I've heard about that in the past.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking if this is possible to do and if people are interested in it. Of course, the first tournament will be more like a tryout. It will probably not be a prize pool or anything in that part, but it will be more to check out how it works, what we have to fix for the next tournament, and if it actually is a success, then of course over time we can improve on many ways in the tournament. But mainly it's 2 versus 2 and either A and B pool or pro match. I'm not sure what people are most interested in though.
Yeah, it depends the type of people we get wanting to take part as well.
It's like this bracket here then. Let's say you have this side and this side.
Yeah.
All of those matches here on the left side, you can say, will be commented by you, for example, and all on the right side will be commented by me. And all of those, like the finals, semifinals, we will do together if possible.
Yes.
That would be something. I for my part, I think that would be awesome. But when to do it, how to do it. It's a lot of things that needs to be put in place, but it starts with what the community wants. If the community wants to have us host a tournament, that would be awesome. And of course, we just need to figure out how.
Yeah, and if we can get some commentary on it, I think we don't even need to be there when they're doing the game. We can always get the replays.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Most likely, they just have to figure it out by themselves when to play. But the finals, perhaps the semifinals and the finals, you might have to do live. Perhaps I'm not sure if it's on Twitch or if you can take live on YouTube.
Well, you can actually stream on both at the same time simultaneously.
That's quite beneficial actually, if we can do that like that. I was also thinking about like how we're going to do it, because you have to have like, perhaps we need to put in some rules. There might not be rules in the first tournament, but perhaps we need to have some rules just to not have those light tank rushes.
Well, I know that what Scarwin does in his tournaments when he's hosted a few, it was like no light tanks. So
you're not allowed to build them at all?
Yeah, exactly. It's medium tanks only. So if you play as allies, you use medium tanks. If you play Soviet, you use heavy tanks.
Yeah, okay.
And there was a mix of people using, allies and Soviets still, so it did work quite well.
But do you think, before we set any rules, should we talk to the people who wants to join the tournament? What kind of rules they want to have around it?
Probably a bit, but we'll obviously need like our standard rules, like the standard setups, org regrowth rate and all that, and the speed at which it's played, and there's some standard rules we'll need to just think about.
Yeah, it's a lot of pre-work for a tournament, but I think once you have settled a tournament and gone through with it, I think the next tournaments will go so much more easy. I have hosted many tournaments before, but not in gaming though, so
yep.
I know how it works itself, but this is a little bit different though. But everything has to be like the maps. We have to. How are we going to do that? Like how many matches? Are you going to play 3 matches or 5 matches against like best of 3 or best of 5?
Yeah, well, usually what happens in the tournaments is they get like the first matches are like probably like less matches, and then as you get towards the finals, I think there's more matches in the final, like semi-finals and finals compared to the other ones. But
so most like 3 matches, 5 matches, and perhaps even 7 matches in the final or something like this.
Yeah, I don't know whether to go 5 matches and then 5 matches, because I feel with 3 matches sometimes you can sort of like get a lucky win or something.
And also we need to have like randomized the maps. We need to like I think you can do that on some site here. You just put out all the maps and put out which team is gonna play on which map.
Yeah, that'd probably be a good way of doing it. Yeah.
And we probably also have to put in where they're gonna start on the map as
well.
Yeah,
definitely.
A lot of work before a tournament, but I think once we have settled down on something, I think it has some potential though.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think we can also look at previous tournaments, because I know Scarwin in his tournament, he had like a 2v2 map pool. So it'd be good to have a look at those and see how they fit in. And as long as both sides have equal chance and an even chance of winning, then that's
Alrighty then we are at the end of the video. I hope you enjoy this co-commentary, and please let me know if this is something you want to have more of in the future. But also please comment on the tournament that we are discussing in this video. And I guess I will be seeing you in the next video.